G'day world, welcome to Disaster Chef. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Raffi.
And on today's episode we're making
red velvet cake.
Red velvet cake, a devilish red velvet cake from fresh ingredients that we picked out of the garden this morning. Okay, so for our red velvet cake, we're going to take our farm fresh ingredients, picked straight out of the garden this morning. And when we open them up, let's have a look in here. We've got our red velvet cake mix. Ooh, and our delicious icing, which we'll make a little bit later on. Beautiful. Okay, so let's take our bowl here with our 2 farm fresh eggs that we picked off our egg tree this morning. And we'll open up our packet. We might want scissors, exactly. Here we go. Cut the top off that. Now, would you like to stick that into our bowl, please?
Yep.
Thank you very much. In it goes. That's awesome. Now, according to our farm fresh ingredients, we need to preheat our oven to 180 degrees. That's happening right now. We then need to place our cake mix in there, in the bowl. And we also need to stick our eggs in there, so I'll do that bit, the tricky bit. That's okay, leave that, Raph.
Okay.
Just crack it over. Good one, that's it. I'll do that. I've just made a mess with the eggs, but that's okay.
Oh, it's going all reddish.
It is going all reddish.
That's why it's called red velvet cake.
And I made an absolute mess of that. I've got eggshell everywhere. Awesome.
I actually should have done that.
Yeah, I think maybe you should have done that. Cause, oh well, that's okay. It's only a small disaster. That's alright. Let me put that in our bin.
It is disaster.
It is Disaster Chef. Okay, now the next bit we need to do is put our milk in, which we will have to go and measure out. So we'll come back in a second. Okay, into our cake mix with our eggs, we're going to bring 190 mils of milk in, which we squeezed freshly this morning out of our cow in the backyard. Okay, throw that in for us, Raph. Good work. Alright, starting to look like a cake mix now, isn't it? Yep. There we go. Stick that back up out there. Now I'm going to add in about 80 mils of oil. This is extra virgin olive oil, which we squeezed freshly out of our virgins this morning. That's about enough of that. It's good enough for Jamie Oliver to just guess how much oil this is. Good enough for us, isn't it?
What's our virgins?
We'll get to that question a bit later on. Okay, now for the next part, we need to mix it exactly. So we need to pop it on a small, low speed to start off with. There you go, Raph. Make sure you hold it to the bowl. And careful this one because it's red and it makes a mess, okay? Good work. That's the way. Alrighty, that looks about done, Raph. Let's just turn that off and have a wee bit of a look at it. Oh, wow. That looks devilishly good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, and this is the bit that everybody loves. The bit where we get to lick the beaters. There you go.
Thank you.
Careful because it makes a mess. Oh yeah. That's good. What do you reckon?
Good.
Good. Okay, so we've made our cake mix up and it's ready to throw it into the pan. So we've already made a pan. We've got our little spring-loaded pan here, and I've gone and put baking paper all through it to make it a bit easier for us later on, because I'm a bit of a freak when it comes to cakes. I tend to break them a whole lot. Okay, you want to hold that there, Raph? Make sure it doesn't move anywhere on me, and I'll pour it in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Have a look at that.
That is beautiful. And a very pretty colour too.
What colour do you reckon that would be?
I would say pinkish reddish.
Looks kind of blood red to me.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where the devil part comes in. It's blood red.
Yeah.
We probably should have dressed up like zombies. Okay.
This is a cooking show, not a zombie show.
It is a zombie cooking show. Let me get a... That's not it. Let me get nothing. Okay, so we've got our cake mix and it's time to chuck it in to the oven. The oven. Put it in the oven. Alright. There we go. Awesome. Okay, we've got our cake in our fan forced oven at 160 degrees. We're going to keep that in there for about 40 minutes. Does that sound good?
Yep. And
in that time, in the meantime, while that's cooking, what are we going to do, Raf?
We're going to whip up some cream.
Yep, and then what are we going to do?
And make some icing for the red velvet cake.
Exactly. We'll see you in a minute. Okay, our what do we call it? Devilish velvet cake? Devilish velvet cake is now out of the oven. It's cooled down. Unfortunately, it wasn't big enough for us to cut it in half and put our jam and cream on as planned. But we came up with another plan for that, didn't we? What are we going to do instead?
We're going to put the icing on top of the cake, and then we're going to put the cream and the jam on the side so people can choose if they want to have some jam and cream too.
Exactly. Alrighty, so, ta-da! Here's our cake.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? And yummy. And here's our icing that we made up just a little bit earlier, our frosting.
Yep.
Alrighty, now.
So I put mine in.
You do indeed. Let's go. Stick that on there. And then we stick it on there like that. So you smear it out. You spread it, and I'll stick it on the cake. That's some good spreading. Nice work, man.
Thank you.
That's really, really yummy. Awesome. That's pretty much done it. Look at that. I'll just cover it at the top there. I'll take your knife. Alright, so we'll stick that in there. Look at that. Devilish Red velvet cake. Yum. That's about all the time we got for this episode of Disaster Chef. And it wasn't a disaster, was it?
No.
No.
It's really good.
It is really good, and it looks really yummy, so we'll be having a bit of that after tea. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Raffi.
You're watching Disaster Chef.